This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
I really encourage passengers to be prepared when they come to the checkpoint.
Yeah, we're talking about some changes. New screening procedures are in place at airports across the country. Passengers have to remove any electronics bigger than a cell phone from their carry-on bags at the checkpoint. A closer look in our Channel 2 News Big Story at 5 o'clock. We're talking about things like iPads, Kindles, and cameras. I'm Kristen Remington. Landon is off tonight. Glad you can be with us. Now, here's the thing. You can still bring those items on the plane. They'll just be screened differently. Paul Nelson joins us in the newsroom after learning more about the new procedures. And Paul, why are these items getting a closer look now?
Well, the TSA is trying to stay ahead of threats from terrorists, Kristen. As you know, some groups continue to target commercial planes, possibly by planting explosives in small electronics. This process is geared to keep those devices from ever making it onto the plane.
I can help next person over here.
Next time you're at the airport, you might notice some changes at the security gate.
You don't have any other electronics?
Electronics like tablets, cameras, and even Bluetooth speakers have to go into a bin.
We know that people who would want to harm the aviation system in our country are looking at common consumer items to be able to manipulate them in such a way.
Each laptop still goes into its own bin, and so do liquids, but that's not the case for smaller devices.
You can place more than one of those in a bin as long as they all fit and they're not stacked on top of each other.
The screening process isn't much different than what TSA has been doing for more than 10 years with laptops. It just adds a few more electronic devices to it, but passengers don't seem to mind.
I'm pretty used to taking things out of my bag because of laptops and shoes and jackets and that sort of thing, so taking one extra thing out doesn't seem like it would be a big deal.
I would never object to anything that makes flying safer, so how can you possibly say it's a negative?
Passengers are encouraged to get to the airport 90 minutes early and pack carry-ons neatly with electronics on top and easy to remove.
Be ready to put your bag on the table. Be ready to open it up and remove those quickly so that we don't slow the people down behind you.
But more screening could mean more items will wind up in the lost and found, so passengers should double check their items.
Take a second look back in that bin. If you removed it, make sure you put it back in your carry-on bag.
This method has been tested for 18 months in 10 different airports, and Denker says it really hasn't slowed down the process. Passengers who have TSA pre-check don't have to go through the same procedure unless there's not a pre-check lane available. Covering the big story live in the newsroom, Paul Nelson, Channel 2 News.
All right, good information, Paul. Thanks for the heads up.